play. Our special guest and Universidad hero is Cuban long jumper Ivan Pedroso. We met Ivan in Paris at the National Institute of Physical Education and Sports, where he's now a coach. We talked with him about his successful career and his golden year, 1997. In 97, Ivan won his second World Championship title in Athens. And just 2 weeks later, he participated in the Universidad in Sicily. I finished the World Championships and I won the gold medal. Then my federation asked me to compete at the Universidad. I was really pleased and I accepted. To win another title in a sporting career is always a positive, and it was a very good experience for me. The Universidad title is not as important as the Olympics or the World Championships, but from a personal point of view, as a representative of the university from my country, it was a nice accolade. And I think all athletes need to do it one time in your life. Universidad 1997 was hosted by the city of Catania in Sicily. Ivan Pedroso faced some athletes he'd already come up against at the Worlds, like the Jamaican James Beckford and Gregor Shankar. I remember almost all of my competitions since I began to win in Toronto in 1993. It was a competition where I won the gold medal after the last jump. Beckford thought he'd won after 8.35 and I made 8.40 on my last jump and I took the gold medal. Even succeeded famous long jumpers in the history of the Universidad like Mike Powell, Jamie Jefferson and Kareem Street Thompson. It's a competition like no other. It looks like the Olympic Games. Of course, it isn't at the same level. But at Universidades, you meet a lot of athletes. Some athletes like me, they like this. There's a lot of contact and exchange with other athletes in other universities. And it's something very pleasant. Ivan discovered his future vocation for coaching during his studies back home in Havana. My last year at high school, before I went off to university, for me was very important in that I knew I wanted to teach other athletes, especially those who were training with me. So I always try to focus on that goal ultimately. I graduated in 1996. I studied at the Institute of Physical Culture in Cuba with a goal that when I finished my sporting career, I wanted to take up coaching duties and try and train other athletes. More than any other athlete, Ivan brought success to Cuba during a wildly successful 10-year period. Universidades, like other competitions, were essential to this success. I think that a country like my country wants to aim for the podium in every competition. Universidades, indoor championships, world championships and Olympics. The important thing is to build the country up, demonstrate our power in sport. For me, it was paying something back because they gave to me a lot when I was a graduate at university. And I wanted to represent the university in the World University Games. Ivan was keen on revenge after a disappointing 1996. He only finished 12th at the Atlanta injury after an injury and let the Olympic title go to Carl Lewis. 1996 was tragic for me. In training, I jumped around 890. I got an injury. It was the most important obstacle in my sporting career because in 1996 it was the year that everyone and myself were expecting very good jumps. But I took a lot of strength from it. Even if it's common for an athlete to be injured, I was thinking, well, that's the end for me. But in these moments, you're always able to reach out and find a hand of support from your coach or your country, even your family. And this really built me up again. It made me feel good again. It made me want to achieve my very best, and to continue to give pride and victory to my country, for myself. And I did it. Another memory which brings mixed feelings for Yvan was the meeting at Sestriere in France in 1993. That day he beat the world record with an 8.96, but it was cancelled afterwards because of aid from the wind. In 1993, Yvan jumped further than 9.10 during a competition. He was out of the start box. It was a disqualified jump. Well, that was a crazy day for me. It was a very windy day. The jump was a null, but it was 9 meters plus. Everybody could see that this jump was a real surprise, even myself. Of course, technically, it's one of the best jumps of my career. The summit would come later in 2000 at the Sydney Olympics. Australian Jai Taurima was leading the competition before Yvan's last jump. This was the most important of all. This was the only title I was missing. It was my last jump. And I wanted to give it all to win the title. The best moment of your career? Well, it was the most important title in my career, dedicated to my mother, who died the same year, some months earlier. For me, it was the absolute pinnacle of my career. Yvan Pedroso, a Universiade champion turned Olympic and world champion. Many others will be looking to emulate that, starting with Kazan at next year's Universiade.